How's it going, guys? Starting off with the first episode of this channel, I'm gonna give you 7 tips on how to do better street photography, but also I'm gonna tell you how to enjoy street photography more. And I'm gonna do that by showing you my most recent photos that I took in my most recent photo walk. So let's start off with the first photo. It's a warm-up. It's not the best photo, but I like it, and this is the most important thing, because first tip, if you like something, photograph it. Don't hesitate. Don't make shutter economy. Just look through that viewfinder and press the button. The photos that we take that are not that great are the ones that make us learn the most. In this situation, for example, I learned to wait. I waited for some people to go behind the motorcycle, and this is the way I made the frame more interesting. Without the people that I captured behind the motorcycle, this frame would have been more lifeless. So again, the first tip, if you like something, photograph it, because the results will come. I continued with my photo walk and I saw something very interesting. On the right side, I had the street. It was very noisy, full of cars, but when I look on the left side, it was something completely different. It was very calm and full of grass. Because of the grass, the eye goes directly to the dog and its owner. So what do we learn from this? We learn that in photography, if you want to change the scenario, you just have to look the other way. Same like I did here. On the right side I had the street, and on the left side I had the beautiful trees with the grass. The next photo that I took that day was on a crosswalk. I simply photographed people that were crossing the street. And what do we see here? We see agitation, but probably you're feeling this, you don't know exactly what to look at. There are so many people in the frame that it creates confusion. By the way, I'm looking at the laptop right now, I'm checking the photos with you guys. So if we look on the right side, we can see the boys and their shadows on the crosswalk, but other than that, there's nowhere to look at. It's a complete confusion, the total opposite of what we saw on the field with the dog and the owner. So my third advice is to avoid putting too many elements inside the frame, because this can create confusion. Look, now that I just cropped the photo, this photo becomes better. And why is that? It's because the eye is not searching anymore to find meaning in the frame. It just knows where to look at. So this photo is better cropped. Okay, now, are you guys ready to see the best photo of this episode? It's coming right now. Far away from me, I saw something very interesting. To make the photo, I had to get rid of my 50mm lens and to put a large zoom lens. Two people that were passionate about photography or videography, I don't know what they were doing there, they were standing right next to the fountain, to the water droplets. Because of the sun that was illuminating the water, this frame was very interesting. It made my subjects pop out. But this photo, that is the best photo that I took that day, I could have missed it. I would have missed it if I wasn't paying attention to what was happening far away from me. So the fourth advice is to pay attention to what's close to you, but to pay also attention to what happens at the far distance from you. We must learn how to use a wide-angle lens, but also a zoom lens. For example, look what rewards I received because of the fact that I was paying attention to what's happening far away from me. I saw this family of ducklings. A couple of months ago they were small, but now they grew up. Also, by paying attention to what's happening far away from me, I saw this dog that was resting, but also another dog that was chatting with his owner. I hope that I convinced you guys to pay attention at what's happening far away from you. Now that we looked at pets, we're gonna continue to look at trash bins. Yes, you heard me right. We're gonna look at trash bins. When you do street photography, you encounter things that are not that pleasant. For example, these trash bins. It was not in my interest to photograph the trash bins, but the girl that was far away behind the trash bins. But guess what? The trash bins didn't bother me at all. Why is that? It's because I take into consideration the fifth tip, and that is frame only what matters. Your job as a photographer is to have order inside your frame. By using a zoom lens, by making a step in the right side or in the left side, by photographing from above or below, the photographer puts or eliminates things from his frame. In time, by exercising, by looking in that viewfinder, we learn something. What do we learn? Simplicity. To find the things that are beautiful faster. So just go ahead and put inside the frame only the things that matter. This is the way that you're gonna see beyond the wall of trash bins. Okay guys, now we're gonna continue with some things that are more sentimental. The majority of people, when they're looking at my photographs, they don't know that what I do is 90% instantaneous. Those are instantaneous shots. Now, why do I want to tell you these things? It's because instantaneous shots are hard to make. If you don't have speed, in a blink of an eye, you lose the moment. It's easy to look at instantaneous shots when they are already made, but it's hard to make those shots. So having this in mind, guys, I have to tell you something that I believe it's very important for every photographer. My sixth tip is to have patience. Really, have patience, because if you don't have that, you're gonna get angry. And when you get angry, you stop enjoying the process. You stop enjoying doing photography. So have patience, because each and every one of us sometimes loses some frames, especially if we're doing instantaneous shots. Tip number 7. Don't compare yourself, enjoy photography. Street photography is not about showing your friend what good photos you can take. Also, street photography is not about comparing yourself with other street photographers. We do street photography because we enjoy it. We do street photography because it makes us feel good. These are the photos that I took in my most recent photo walk. These are not the best photos that I took. This was not my most productive photo walk. I can take better photos than this, but you wanna know what? I don't care. You wanna know why? It's because I went outside, I made some sport, I exercised my eye, I saw some new things. I enjoyed myself. I felt good. And this is the best advice that I can give for every photographer. Don't compare yourself, enjoy photography. This is probably the best tip out of the 7 ones that I gave today. And I'm gonna give you more tips in the upcoming episodes. These are gonna be photography tips based on the photos that I just took. So, photography tips based on experience. If you wanna see the next episodes, of course, subscribe, hit that like button, and I'm gonna see you next time. Bye.